Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson football channel. I've got a t-shirt on that says smile on the front, and I think we're all pretty much smiling right now because football returns today. The Premier League is back. We've had the Bundesliga return. It was beautiful, it was nice, but it was a bit of a tease. La Liga, it's back. Eden Hazard with a nice little assist for Sergio Ramos in a Real Madrid shirt. That's all right, but the Premier League being back is hallelujah, beyond anyone's comprehension. So, in today's video, if you're new around here, make sure you subscribe to the George Benson football channel so that you don't miss videos like this every single week and daily videos about Chelsea Football Club and other footballing topics when necessary. 12 matches to complete game week number 30. We've got 9 matches to go until the end of the Premier League season, and if you didn't see yesterday, I've done like an updated predictions for the end of the season table, so definitely go and check that out. I'll leave it as a link on a card. We're going to predict the individual games. We've got 2 matches to complete game week 28. There are currently 4 teams that have played a game less than everybody else in the Premier League. We've got Aston Villa, Sheffield United, Manchester City and Arsenal. Can Man City beat Arsenal and keep up with Liverpool? It's not even a keep-up session anymore. The Premier League is pretty much done at the top of the table, but there is still a lot to play for when it comes to Champions League places, European places, and of course the relegation zone, who can finish as high as they can in the Premier League table. So without any further ado, Aston Villa versus Sheffield United. This is exciting. I don't care what game it is, the whole world is going to have their eyes on this one. Aston Villa, Sheffield United at Villa Park. 7 p.m. kickoff in the UK. I think Aston Villa are going to get off to a good start in this one. When the Premier League returns, there are going to be a lot more different things that will affect the way that matches play. We've seen in the Bundesliga that what used to be a 43% of home wins has now gone down to as low as 20%. So people were thinking like, without crowds, will the home advantage still be a thing? It's not an ideal world. In a footballing sense, we would love to have fans in the ground so that home advantage was still a thing, but I do feel as though Aston Villa will take the home advantage in this one, and I'm going to say Aston Villa 2, Sheffield United 0. Aston Villa are fighting for their lives in the Premier League. They don't want to go straight back down. They thought that getting back into the Premier League... Whoa. What the hell is that? What the hell was that? My laptop has just freaked out and scared the living daylights out of me. So anyway, let's move into the next game because that one scared me a little bit. Manchester City versus Arsenal. I've gone with the repeat scoreline to the first game on Wednesday. City 2, Arsenal 0. I think City are going to have far too much quality for Arsenal. I think Guardiola's got a full strength squad to choose from, and I think City are going to have a very strong end to the season. I don't think there's enough quality in the Arsenal side to go to the Etihad and get a result. 2-0 to City, and we move into game week 30. We got a full weekend of Premier League football from the 19th of June all the way through to the 22nd of June, where Man City play again. Obviously, they played just a couple days before, so they are the Monday night kickoff. But we start off with Norwich versus Southampton. Now, we all know that every single game between now and the end of the season in the Premier League is going to be televised. So I guess that I should start promoting that we all get out and do some exercise, because otherwise we're just going to be stuck in all day watching football, which sounds like a bloody dream, but we still got to keep fit and healthy. So I'm just plugging that one in there. Norwich versus Southampton. It's a big game. Every single match between now and the end of the season for Norwich is going to be like a final. They need to start picking up points, and this game at Carrow Road is one that they will look at as something where they have to pick up 3 points against the Southampton side, who are looking as though they're heading towards safety. At one stage this season, I thought they were going to go down. They're doing all right, and Ralph Hasenhüttl, said his name correctly there, he signed a new deal at the club. I think they will start to stabilise a bit more now, and I can't split these two. I think that Norwich have got a lot more to play for, but Southampton are a good side on their day, and I think it's going to finish Norwich 1, Saints 1. Now this is an absolutely massive game. Jose Mourinho's Spurs, they've got Harry Kane back, they've got Heung-min Son back, against the Manchester United team who were really starting to pick up momentum until the Premier League was stopped. Bruno Fernandes has come in, and United fans are waxing lyrical about how good he is, best midfielder in the league. He's a good player. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say I'm not on the Bruno Fernandes hype train. I think he's a very good player, but I don't see United winning this one. I think United are definitely the biggest challengers for the top 4. And obviously as a Chelsea fan, I am looking for United to drop points, but I do think that Spurs are going to have a strong end to the season as well. Going to go Spurs 2, United 2. I can't split these two sides. I think it's going to be a good game of football, good quality, but I can't split it. 2-2, and it's probably a good result for Chelsea all in all. So moving into the next games, we've got Watford versus Leicester City. Two sides who have still got a lot to play for. Watford are going to be fighting relegation. Leicester City, despite having a 5-point gap over Chelsea, Leicester aren't going to be that assured that they're finishing in the top 4 because of the steam that United were building before football was taken away, and Chelsea are always going to cause problems as well. Leicester know that they've got to get results, and this game away at Watford, I don't think they're going to get the win, but I also don't think they're going to lose. Going to go Watford 1, Leicester City 1, moving into Brighton versus Arsenal. Now, Brighton would have looked at this one and they'd have hoped that home advantage at the Amex would have been enough to push them against Arsenal. Brighton have had some good results against the big teams at home since they came to the Premier League, but the goals this season is where they've really been lacking, and it's exactly why they're in a relegation dogfight. I don't think they're going to beat Arsenal. I think Arsenal might go to Brighton and score a few. Arsenal play some nice attacking football at times, and I think they might go here and tear Brighton to pieces. Brighton 0, Arsenal 3. The next game we're going to take a look at is West Ham United versus Wolverhampton Wanderers. Wolves have had a very good season, but to stop them getting Champions League football, they've drawn a hell of a lot of games. And I think this one could be exactly the same against the West Ham team who, as they always seem to do, underachieve compared to what we think is going to happen to them in the beginning of the season. Going to say West Ham 1, Wolves 1. Can't split the sides. It could be a 0-0 this one, but I think there might be a goal or a wonder goal or two in this game. I think Ruben Neves from outside the box, and West Ham are going to score a wonder goal as well, but I don't know who it's going to be. Just keep your eyes on it. Next game we're going to take a look at is Bournemouth versus Crystal Palace. Bournemouth have got a lot to do. They are seriously in a relegation dogfight. Their Premier League status has never been questioned as much as it is right now. This season's not been good enough. They've got some very good players in that Bournemouth side. If they get relegated, they will lose the likes of Nathan Ake. Bournemouth have got work to do, but I think Palace are going to go there and get a result. I'm going to say Bournemouth 1, Crystal Palace 2. So we've got 4 matches left off the field during the coronavirus pandemic. Newcastle United fans will be very happy with what they're hearing. Mike Ashley looks as though he's finally going to leave the football club, which means that someone can come in, take over, and spend a bit of money. Newcastle, for those of you that don't know, Newcastle, I'm not going to say they're my second team. I don't have a second team. I'm a Chelsea fan through and through. But if there is a team that I look at and I want to see them do well, as long as they're not playing against Chelsea, Newcastle United are that team. Whether or not we're going to see world-class players joining Newcastle come the end of this season in the next transfer window, it's still yet to be seen. There are a few I's that need to be dotted and a few things that need to be gone through. But Newcastle, there is going to be optimism between now and the end of the season. Sheffield United, we know how good of a season they've had. I put them to lose to Aston Villa, but I think they'll go to Newcastle and score a couple of goals, but I think Newcastle will as well. Newcastle 2, Sheffield United 2. And the one we've all been waiting for, Aston Villa versus Chelsea. Now I'm going to do a match preview because it's been a few months since we've had a Chelsea competitive football match, so I want to do a preview, I want to build the hype. But Villa versus Chelsea, Aston Villa, we've already said it, they're going to win their first game back against Sheffield United, in my opinion. We've been quite good away from home this season, but it's behind closed doors, so that's kind of irrelevant now as well. Same as the home advantage. The great news for Frank Lampard, and I'll keep this short and sweet, the great news is we've finally got a full squad to choose from, which means that we have got the likes of Ruben Loftus-Cheek, you've got Billy Gilmour, who came into some good form. Who are Chelsea going to play in the midfield? It doesn't really matter who it is because there's so much talent. Going forward as well, Tammy Abraham back at Villa Park, he knows the pitch very well. Tammy to score a goal or two, Chelsea to go to Villa Park and win 3-1. Let's pray it happens. And we move into the Merseyside derby. There's a lot riding on this game. Liverpool know they are getting very close to the Premier League title. They go to Everton, and I think it's job done. It's job done. Liverpool are going to beat Everton. They're too good. Behind closed doors or not, like this is one of the fixtures where Liverpool will be very happy that it's behind closed doors. They'd have gone to Goodison, and Everton will have done everything in their power to halt that title parade. It's not going to happen. Liverpool have got too much quality. Everton 0, Liverpool 2, which can't see anything other than Liverpool win. And the final game of the weekend, with the football back, the Premier League is back. Hit the like button if you're excited to be watching all these games this weekend. Man City versus Burnley. I think there could be a goal fest in this one. I've not gone for anything too crazy, but I think City are going to have a strong end to the season despite not really having much to play for. City 4, Burnley 0. It's going to be very weird watching the Premier League with no fans. I don't know if it's going to mean that there's more goals. I don't know if the intensity is going to be as high as it normally would be with fans in the stadium and when things have started to flow a little bit more, because obviously these players haven't played competitive football for a few months. So we might see a dip in the quality, but that doesn't necessarily mean we're going to see a dip in the goals. So I do think there's going to be a lot more goals in the Premier League. Obviously, with the predictions that you guys can see now, there isn't exactly that many goals compared to a normal game week. It's pretty average. There's a few high scorers in there with 4 goals. But I think there will be a lot more goals between now and the end of the season. As always with this series, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What are your predictions for this week? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe to GBFC if you haven't already. And whilst you're at it, drop me a follow on Instagram and Twitter as well. It's just at Mr. George Benson. I tweet a load of football stuff as well. Post some cool photos of me here in Bali on Instagram. Definitely go check it out. Thank you guys for watching. Love you all. See you all later. Bye-bye.